Okay, so if you just watched the first video on rounding, I started off by explaining the rules of rounding, and basically the first digit was the digit we were going to round. But what happens if you have to round and the digit is not the first one? For example, if you're rounding to the nearest hundreds, but your number is not a hundreds number, it's 10,000s number. What do you do then? Well, you still follow the same rules. So let's take a pretty large number. Let's take 6,591. Let's say I'm going to round to the hundreds. Instead, in the first video, I rounded to the first digit. Now I'm going to put the digits in the middle. So I'm going to round to the hundreds. The same rules apply. You underline the house you're going to round. You look at your neighbor, and you just see if it's 5 or more, you're going to go up. This digit's going to go up 1. If it's 4 or less, this digit is going to stay the same. So here's my neighbor, it's 9. 5 or more, let it soar. So that means this digit is going to go up. Every digit to the left is going to stay the same. There's only one digit to the left. This is going to go up because the 9 is making it go up. And every digit to the right of the rounding house is going to be a 0. So instead of 6,591, you have 6,600. Let's try another. Let's try an even greater number. 72,462. Okay? I'm going to go now to the thousands house. Well, let's make it even bigger. Let's put 772,000 because it doesn't really matter how large your number is as long as you're following the rules. So I'm going to go to the thousands now. First thing I want to do is underline my house. Second thing I want to do is check my neighbor and see what the rule is. 4 or less, let it rest. Now the last part, this is where a lot of kids get stuck on. The numbers to the left of the house are going to stay the same. The number to the right of the house are going to be all zeros. And then you just have to decide what you're going to do with that underlined digit. The rule says 4 or less, let it rest, so it's going to stay a 4. The only time these numbers on the left change is if you're going from 79 to 80 or 89 to 90 and you have to change the 9 to a 0. Let's try one more. Ready? Let's do 362,349. And let's go to the hundreds this time. So now we're really stuck in the middle there. So let's see our rule. Again, number 1 is underline the house that you want. Then check with your neighbor. See what the rule is. 4 or less, let it rest, which means this is going to stay a 3. So the numbers to the left stay the same, 362. The numbers to the right are going to become zeros. And this digit is going to stay the same because the 4 says 4 or less, let it rest. Good luck.